Right now.
I
Hi,
know.
good afternoon, everyone. So I don't know if it's transmitting, but let's see.
Ask the audience.
No. Which one is transmitting? Is the Instagram? I'm not sure of.
I can see you there and I can see few people there. So if you're on an Instagram live, can you please comment if you can
Yes,
hear
yes,
us clearly?
there. Good afternoon, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to the entrepreneurship series. So what I'm actually transmitting on YouTube, and they were trying to do the Instagram too. So the echo is a lot for me. I'm just trying to cope with it. But let's see. So yes, we are live here, and ah, this echo.
Onye Eko no.
Yes, it's echoing from my phone. I
Yeah.
don't know how to, and I muted already. I muted this. I muted
And I
my,
can hold on.
or
Let
maybe
me
you
see.
mute one. I don't know. But if you mute, how would we?
Yeah, but it's not even me because you are the one doing the transmission. So you can reduce the volume from your phone.
I
Somebody is
also
doing that.
muted. Please, welcome. If you're
Okay, reduce the volume on your Instagram live.
my volume is all down.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it looks like it's gone now? Can you hear me?
Hi, Justina. Thank you so much for always coming. Yes,
It's
I can
coming back
hear the
again.
echo. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's okay. We can go off Instagram if that's the
Yes,
problem.
I think that's all. Dolabo, Dolabo me is always with me. He will not stay somewhere.
It's missing. How do you?
I don't know how to do this Instagram.
Yeah, my your cruise.
I will have to. Yes. I,
Yeah.
oh, okay, maybe you can hear.
Or
Maybe
can you leave? Is there a way you can
let
leave?
me
Oh,
see if
I
I can.
don't know how to do this thing. I'm worse at it. Okay, you're gone.
Okay, it's no longer echoing right now. Okay, maybe we can make do with that. Okay, yes, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry about that. So I'm so sorry about that. So, yes, we're still about the entrepreneurship series, and we're starting off with this woman of substance. She's a woman of everything. This
Ekwesa.
yeah, so we're going to be kicking off with exploring her field and what she does and how she has been able to contribute. Are you still on Instagram Live?
I am. Because
Oh,
people are there. Yeah.
oh, okay. People are there. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me just because my questions are here. So thank
Okay.
you so much for joining us, everyone. Yes, we're so sorry about that break in transmission. We're trying to transmit to both Instagram and YouTube, but next time I think I'll just upgrade my StreamYard so that it can transmit together. I don't have to go live on Instagram as well. So thank you so much for joining me again. If you have been on my live show, you'll have seen her. This is her second time coming to my live show. So yeah, she's always coming. Thank you so much. So we're going to be kicking off. I'm trying to wait if I can see more people join us. Some people have joined, some have left. If you have left, please join again because we are on YouTube. I don't know if she's able to transmit to our Instagram.
Yes. So I'm on Instagram, but they can't see you.
We can't see me.
So
I don't know, I tried
please,
to
if you
connect.
can join on Nosso Fella YouTube page
Yes,
as well.
please,
So
please
I'll
just
probably
just
comment
just
below.
for today. Is also the page is also fella on YouTube. So just join us there so that we can get this information together. The page is also fella on YouTube. You can just join us there so that we can get this information together. So okay. Okay. So today we're going to be exploring the African market business in Canada. Yes. She has so many business up her sleeve actually, but we're just speaking this out. But I'm sure that in the course of the discussion, our other business will definitely pop up. So if you're looking at a startup business owner in Canada, I think this is a very good masterclass for you, I should put it, because I like to always hear from people who have been there, done that, and you can always pick one or two things to avoid some pitfalls, know what you want to do and all of it. So if you're a startup, if you're looking to own your business, I like business, I like entrepreneurship because I believe that you cannot, if you want to do, I want to earn salary every 30 days, you can't do a lot of things in life because life is very expensive. Life is expensive. So you cannot. I like to make money when I sleep. Even as I'm sleeping, I want to be making money. That's the kind of life I want.
Yeah, again,
And if
Microsoft.
you want that kind of life, you have to have something out there that is
Jeff Bezos.
like people are always maybe when they go there 247, there's something
Mm,
for them to buy from you. Do you understand? It's not just about going to work every 30 days and expecting salary. No, no, no. That
mhm.
life is too. So I can't go on vacation until after 30 days. No. You should be able to do everything you want to do. So that's why we are here today. And this week we're having her. Next week we're going to have a photographer. The other one we're going to be going into the beauty and lifestyle industry. We'll have a makeup artist, and then we're ended up with finance. So we're going to be talking about the finance aspect. If you want to go into mortgage, property, buying of properties, I like that too. So welcome. Please introduce yourself to my guest again. I know you have introduced yourself before. Okay.
Yeah, well, my name is on the screen. If you're on YouTube, my name is Kemi Bola Tito Bello. A wife, a mom of three, and first of all, I'm a child of God. And I live in Canada. I live in Edmonton, Alberta. I came to Canada in 2015, and we immigrated here as permanent residents. And I started my career path in social services. I have a degree in human service administration, but I've always been a business person. So,
Mhm.
despite the fact that I was in school trying to, get my career started because I'm somebody I have huge interest in anything social services. I volunteered for Lagos State government for about 9 years back in Nigeria. So people
Yeah.
don't know a lot. So I was teaching life skills in public secondary schools.
Oh, wow.
And they called the Lagos Eco Project. So it was a volunteer position, that you're paid, but I just enjoyed doing it. And I was even so excited when I see those students, some of them, because I have a business at Lagos State Polytechnic. So when they finish, some of them come to Lagos State Polytechnic and they see me like, our mommy, the way they give you. So it made me add so much joy doing it. So I volunteered for World Bank. I volunteered for Lagos, US Embassy Lagos. So I did a lot of projects in terms of so when I came here, it's just natural for me to be um in that career path. So that's why I went to school, and initially I wanted to do social work, but it was taking too much. I was on a wait list for 2 years. So I just moved and went to go and let me even be their manager. So I did a degree that would be like social work manager. So that's why I went into that. So I worked for a number of years. And while I was doing that, I was doing my business. I started my business from my house. So we started with produce. We were taking produce from farm, and then we'll
The farm
uh,
here. From the farm here.
from farm in most of them are in BC. Farm in Alberta is basically
Yes, yes, I see that there's
they
a farm.
make a lot of canola and wheat, and they don't make a lot of produce. Very because our winter is very harsh.
Yeah.
So and we have a very short span of summer, right?
Yes.
So if when they start planting, they can't even start planting now. So they have to wait till like end of May to plant anything, and by July, August, they
Yes.
need to sell, right? So, and it's really difficult for them to get that. But in BC, they can plant earlier because they don't have a lot of snow like we do. So, most
Wait.
of the farms, produce in Canada are actually grown in BC, and some of them in
From BC
Ontario.
now.
Alberta is very little. In Alberta, you may see some greenhouse farm, like meaning they plant indoor, so it's not like outdoor like they are used to. So I was getting produce from farmers and they were supplying us, and we distribute to customers here. People pre-order it. That was how we started
Okay, people pre-order
from
it.
our house. And then we grow from there. We opened our first store, and Then we moved. I just want to summarize
So
basically.
what were the exact produce you were getting from BC? Because I'm wondering what kind of produce.
It's tomatoes, peppers, basically all those things
Okay,
that when you see at a typical African household, like what kind of produce, apart from fruit, what kind of produce they eat most? They eat red peppers, they eat
yeah,
tomatoes, and they eat habanero pepper. So
yes,
those are like the three main things because those are like three key ingredients in their food, right? So those
yes,
are things that we were doing initially before we people now started requesting for more stuff like chicken, like gari, like that's when we now okay, we were taking from other wholesalers and then reselling them. Then with time we decided okay, we want to move to the next level just when we opened the first store.
oh, and then you started getting from Nigeria.
Yes, of course, because you have so many questions. That's why I'm passing. I don't want
Yes,
to
I know.
drag out this
Yes.
for
So
so long. So basically, that's I'm a serial entrepreneur. So it's not I'm not defined by one business.
yeah,
I'm into multiple type of businesses. So that's my major business.
that's your
Like
major
in terms
business.
when people know me, they know me with that
Business.
grocery business. Yeah.
Yes, Yala J slogan. So are there loans or grants for immigrants or startup business in Canada?
Yes, there are, but it now depends on you how voracious you are with looking for information. So you have to be after information won't come and look for you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So you have to go after things. You have to find out. You have to um, connect with people. So I had a long conversation with a couple this morning, and that's one of the things I do. It's just a regular conversation. They don't even live here; they live in Saskatchewan. And they were calling me for something else, and I pointed them to like opportunities around them that they don't look at. They are not even considering. They don't even think about it, right? Like, why are you not doing? I didn't know like we could do that. Do you get what like
Yeah.
so you have to go if you know somebody that you know that would be able to kind of from your conversation would be able to gain from anybody that takes from you and you talk to that person and you are so exhausted, they don't add any value to you. So you have to go after people that add value to you. So if I'm on Instagram, am I getting value there?
Yeah.
If I'm watching Netflix, am I getting value from it? Or am I, when you see me watch Netflix, I'm so stressed out, exhausted, and I needed something to sleep.
Okay.
So that's me. That's me, right? So it's not like that's my main thing doing. When I know I could use that same cell phone in my hand to
Yeah.
research so many things. You said that are there grants? Yes, there are grants,
So you
but
have
it's
to.
not something that you will find on the surface. You have to dig for it, and you have to be able to tune sign up for so many newsletters. It may be like a John, why is this all these emails? But sign up. You never know when an organization would have something. It could be small. I believe last year when even 2020, when they started doing all these black loan, black grants and stuff like that. So I subscribe to like all the newsletters from all the black loans, like or grants or whatever.
Okay.
I subscribed to all of them. And at some point, I believe it was Canadian Chamber of Commerce that contacted me. There is a black law grant
Mhm.
and that we should apply. So I applied, but I need to be in that program.
Yes.
Trust me, how many times have I been there? But I attended a couple of the program. Like I've taught in the program too. It's called Elevate. So I've taught a master class in that program. So you be in the program and they give you like every quarter like 500. I think about now they would have given me like 2,500. The last one they sent me 1,000 was like blessing, free money. So you know, they even called me, they sent me a message. This is your, when they send you interact, like this is your password to receive the money. I was like, okay. Like so,
Start looking for free
so
money.
yeah, so they were just giving you like 500 I think I'll count the number of times I've been in that class, like maybe 2 or 3 times, and I didn't go back. But the grant kept on coming because my
Okay.
name is already registered to get it, right? So
Wow.
they are there, they are not like somebody is giving you 20,000. There may be some. Don't worry, I'll connect you later. So there may be some that are there. Don't worry, I'll connect it. Yeah. So there may be some that are you will get like a lump sum, but
Yeah.
those are like really thorough to get, like it's a long process. But there may be some that um are really like there like that, so easy to get. They may not be a lot of money, but they are
Exactly.
still something, right? So nobody will give you free money when you don't want to work for it. Do you want to build your business plan? Yeah, sure. So you don't want to build your business plan. You don't want to do anything. You don't even want to register your business. How will you get it? So it's really key. They will ask those questions. Are you a corporation? So proprietorship? You need to be able to answer those questions. Do you have a bank account? Have you generated any revenue in the last 1 year or something like that? So you need to be able to answer these questions. So that's why it's important that you follow all those steps.
Yes.
So if you're asking about grants, oh, absolutely, there are grants and there are loans too, especially now for Black people living in Canada. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So, but apart from grants, are there other supports for Black immigrants, startup owners, business like community for them,
Mhm.
meetings that you do or you part of that are not
Yes.
grant or loans, but at least you can get exposure.
Resources, networking. Yes. Yes. In fact, like I always say this in the recent times, there has never been more as much as this when I started. In the last, the type of resources, opportunities, trainings, free that have surfaced in the last 2 years blew my mind.
Wow.
Absolutely. Um, it's and there are like a whole lot of them, like a whole lot of them.
Oh
And
Lord.
like in my immediate circle here, let's say in Edmonton, I know of Canadian Imperial Advantage, CIA. They do a lot of like they do free one-on-one consultation with business owners or startups. Like
Okay.
they would sit with you for an hour or two and go through if you already have a business plan, maybe somebody that is already established like myself. So they will go through your business plan, they will walk through you, they will request for some documents. If you needed like financing, they can help you to, network and connect you with the bank.
Advantage, right?
Canadian Imperial Advantage. They are here locally in Edmonton, so they do both like virtual and in-person kind of consultations with people. Also, they also have a new program they launched, believe it was last year. It's called Our Economy.
Okay.
So our economy is meant for women. Is basically for women that are
Women.
looking to start their businesses. So they take a couple of, I'm not sure, I believe maybe 6 weeks or 8 weeks of classes. And then people attending the program can also actually they can get some money, like a competition, like a pitch competition. Maybe top winner will get like 5,000, 3,000, something like that. So they do compete, like they do presentation and pitch their businesses. Even if you don't have an idea or clue, attend one. Some of these programs are in the evenings, right? So you do it. I know like all the provinces, all of them, they have something for Black, they have
Yeah.
a program for immigrants. I know Ontario very well. Do have one or a lot, not even one. I even have had to add conversation with some of the national Black business support organizations. Like the issue I'm having with some of you is that governments give you money to help businesses in Canada, but it's like you're central in Ontario, right?
Yeah.
So they have this program, that program, this program, that program, but we never see anything in the West, which
In the
we
West.
are in the West. So what's going on? Like, why are we not seeing your presence? And that's one of the recently, that's why I accepted when they asked me by Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce to be their chapter lead in Edmonton. I accepted that. It's a volunteer role, it's not money, it's not paid. But I accepted it because somebody still have to take the steps. So if
Exactly.
you're complaining and you're not doing anything about it, you want to bring all those resources here to our side, but you are not complaining, you are not doing anything or taking the step or taking the lead to request for all this. Nobody will do it for you. So
Yeah.
there's no magic. So we still have to take that step. So that's why when they asked me, so I just said, okay, I'll do it. And I'll put in as much as I could within my free time to rally people around and get them to get this startup started. So that way we have a platform for us to be able to advocate more. Oh, we need more resources, we need more trainings, we need more funding. So
Mhm.
most of government funding does not come to you like pay
Yeah.
money into your accounts. They come through training. I know BBPA. I have to look for the full meaning. There's BBPA. You can Google it. There's Black Opportunity Fund.
Mhm.
There's a lot of them. They offer classes every week.
Wow. Every week.
Every week. Because I get their newsletter, there's something going on, legal structure, how to accountant, speak to an accountant. All those programs are ongoing,
Yeah.
funded by the government of Canada.
Mhm.
For all this, some provinces too, they have programs that they fund um, all these organizations to provide. Here in Edmonton, I know I attended, before these Black ones came, I attended micro business training. That one you need to add some EI, like you're living. It's actually funded by Service Canada, like you're living a paid job, you want to start your business. So it
Yeah.
was suited to me because I was leaving a paid job to start my business. So
Lot of people.
that program is only connected to Service Canada, meaning you would have had some EI hours in that program.
Okay.
In contributions for you to be able to go into that program. So when all these new ones came, it's a joy for me. Like all this program came, that program too is very thorough. They teach you how to do your business ideation from how you're thinking about it to how to structure it, to give it a name, the brand, the business plan. Sometimes when we hear business plan, we shake. Even me, I still shake till date. But it's when they break it down for you, this is what business plan means. Basically, it's a simple process for you to say, this is what my business is, this is what we do, this is our location, this is products we provide or services we provide, this is how we are going to provide it. So you just talk about your operations, you talk about your if you're forecasting, so you forecast my revenue. My revenue in 2023 will be $2 million. You just say it's
Forecast your
forecasting.
revenue.
Yeah, right. So even if you've not generated $10, so
Mhm.
you are just saying it. Oh, from January to December. Okay, how do you want to get there? Do you need staff? Do you need certifications? Do you need a license? Do you need business permit? What are the things you need for you to get started? So those are the things that they will teach you during a business.
Those classes.
If you're having a business plan class. So those things are really important if people could invest time.
Yeah.
Actually, the only thing I see in starting a business is investing time. It's time consuming, and you have to be willing to do the sacrifice.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So what are the noticeable difference? Like when you're running a business in Canada and running in Nigeria, have you noticed any
Mhm.
difference? Maybe the structure and um okay, there are grants in Nigeria as well too. Just that, of course, it's going to
In
involve.
recent times, Abby, I've been in the old times, not like 10 years ago before I left. But in recent times, I've even seen here and sent to people, right? Like I've seen, oh, Lagos State government is doing this. Do you want to go and do? Sometimes they tie it to what they call empowerment, where they train you and then they give you funding to start the business. So, yeah. So the difference is the access to resources here. It's
Resources.
much different. Resources like in terms of financing. So there are businesses you can start here. You approach the bank and They just check your credit and they'll give you the money.
Yeah.
Like you want to start your business, they'll open the business account for you and they'll give you some maybe extra line of credit or overdrafts or give you credit card. Things like that. I'm not sure any of your banks in Nigeria will do that
Can
for
do
you.
that.
Yeah. So, or you even to open the current business account. Cool. References here, references there, reference.
Yeah.
Do you get what I've been trying to open maybe somebody here will help me out, or a business account now in Nigeria for a while now, because I'm not physically there and I need to open that business account. So those are the challenge. They are getting better. Now you can do your business. You can actually incorporate your business, Nigerian business online. Then you have to go to, there's one place in Ogba or Ikeja, I can't remember. You have to
Yes.
go in person for you to do that. So those are like visible differences. And in the last couple of years that I've been here, I've seen the progress in terms of, I order a lot of stuff from people I don't know on Instagram from Nigeria, right? That I don't even know them. They don't even have a website. So through Instagram and that's it. And you order from them. So things have improved. So I won't say, because I don't have an authority over there right now, I won't say exactly I'm in that business environment, but those are the visible differences, are the access to resources and
Process.
all the trainings and the encouragement, because actually people didn't know that the night, like over 90% of workers in Canada work for small businesses.
Yes.
So people should get
Small
that
business as well.
it's actually they are employed by small businesses, not government,
Wow.
not private TD bank or whatever bank or big corporations. No, they are actually hired by small businesses. So that's why it's important to government to fund and provide all these resources and assistance to small businesses that they are doing. You look like, oh, why are they putting all this money into all this? But they know what they are doing. They know how much small businesses is fueling the economy, right? So that's why it's important for anyone who aspire and determined to do it, to do it. It doesn't matter where you are starting from, how small it is, or determination to do it. Just get it done.
Okay.
Bele?
Yeah. I was also going to ask. So to start, if I want to start the African market business here, like getting things from Nigeria, what are the cogent things I need to have in mind before I can say, okay, I'm ready to start the African store business?
Well, the first steps, I like I said earlier,
Started
I
with
started from the house,
yeah,
which is not allowed.
yeah.
But what I was doing at that time is not like I'm running grocery store in my house. I,
Mhm.
I people pre-order stuff, and then when we receive them, we distribute them within 2 or 3 days. Do
Okay.
you get? So
Yes,
it was a little bit different. It's not like you can't run an Africa, you can't even run a food business. People in Edmonton, I know that a couple of people do catering from home. If AHS come, they would most likely find you big time. Yeah, they would most likely find you big time when you don't have, number one, food handling permits. Number two, City of Edmonton business license. You just hear the buyer will knock your door like this. Po, po, po. What are you doing here? We have been told.
that
God save you if you have a bad neighbor.
yes, and the
You have
neighbor
a bad neighbor. If you have a bad neighbor, because lately there's a lady that does cargo here, and I was picking stuff from her house, and the neighbor was screaming so loud. I think my husband was parked not in front of my garage, on the street. She was screaming from home. So imagine that neighbor, find out that you have a food business in your house.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be hell. So that's why it's really hard for grocery business to start from, you know, places like a house.
Yeah.
Because even at that time, when I had incidences where truck came and then they drove on neighbors' grass, So that was a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big problem. Then I believe that was when I was living in townhouse that they drop, those townhouses that have garage under them. So
Yeah.
they drop my stuff. No, like I was loading my car from my garage. And then I was inside. And the next thing I saw, a peace officer just parked right behind the car. Because it's an emergency exit or something, or like the way they put it, right? So it was my neighbor like this, the Chinese guy like this that called the city. They
Yeah.
gave me 170. I will never forgive him.
What's
Yeah, so things like challenges like that comes with that kind of business. So, but in all, if you have a food business, I would say, if as you can, I have somebody that take from us. So just like I started to, she
yeah.
would take from us, she would take pre-order, she would call us and say, oh, I need this. And then she will gather people, take pre-order, come to the store, pick it, distribute
Go.
it,
Okay.
right? So she will distribute it. It's not like people are coming to her house or anything. Just distribute it. She will order stuff, she will take it and distribute it. Then another challenge with it for you to start from home. Most wholesaler, importers, people that supply, they will never supply to a residence. Transport company will not supply to a private residence.
Oh,
Those
really?
are the challenges. Yes, they will not. So you need a commercial business location. I've had a friend was ordering something lately. They came to drop it with me. She's a decorator. She decorates for parties. So she had to send it to our location because they said they will not deliver it to her house. So it depends on the transport company.
Yeah, you
For food, basically, it's very, very strict. Even for frozen food,
yeah.
more stricter because the food needs to be transported in a particular temperature.
So
It
you have
must be.
that special cargo that work with people that have your kind of store. Because when I want to ship, like as an individual from Nigeria, they don't take a lot of things from me, but I find them in your store.
Well, there are distributors that bring those things and have licenses to bring those things.
Okay, they have licenses to bring.
So yeah, I have a license. I don't use my license to bring those stuff. I don't want any trouble. So there are certain things that if once it's flagged by CBSA, it goes to Health Canada, and then it became a big drama. And then you just don't want that. If you don't want that stress, you just like, I don't want that stress, and that's it. So for certain wholesaler, because when you are running a grocery store, you are taking things from multiple people. You are not taking from one person because it's a retail store. It's like imagine how many vendors that Walmart or Superstore have. So we are Walmart in a miniature way, right?
Yeah.
It may be a smaller Walmart.
Hmm.
It's the same thing. The only thing we don't sell is maybe chair, beds, furniture, or clothes. So anything you see basically in their food area is what we sell. So it's the same way. So that we are structured. So there are certain things that we may not be able to bring in on our own, but we take from other distributors and importers that already have those. They may have those licenses for years, and even if new rule came, they may have had the privilege to be grandfathered. That's one thing about Canada. When they are changing policy, they may have grandfathered them in and allow them. So there are certain things like milk, powder milk. I will never touch it and bring it myself
Mm.
because of the restrictions around it.
Okay.
So do you get what I mean?
Yes, I
So,
do.
but there are certain people that have licenses. Take
To
it from them. It's better for you to make 30 cents, 50 cents, than for you to be paying fines of
yes,
thousands of dollars.
yes,
So
yeah,
you just don't want those stress. If you understand and master that process, you just don't want those stress, and it doesn't worth it at the end of the day for you. You don't want to lose everything, like even more than you even put, like you got from the sale that the customer want. So
yes.
you rather lose that small, like
Small
extra profit you make,
travel
and
like
then you have that peace of mind. You take it from other people that have those licenses or
license.
have the chest. Some of them have licenses or may not have license, but they have full chest. You
To
know,
do.
those strong chests. And they will do it. So that's my own. Some of them, if Ed Canada visit us, they will take it as it is. They will take it. Some of them, some of those products, they will take, if they see it, they will take it.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why, you know, when people are complaining, I know this lady in Ontario, she does cargo, Kenny, you know, she's like, she'll be writing all those, I will just be laughing. The reason why they don't take those things is just because they don't want one person's cargo shipments to affect
Yeah.
hundreds of people, right? So that's why they put those restrictions there.
Hmm. I see. It's a lot of work. So, but so for your product, do you like run a test? Okay, for example, if I want to buy palm oil from Nigeria for my store, so do you run a test? Okay, this is the best palm oil. This is the one people order very well, or you just say, okay, bring them blindly, or do you run tests
No,
particularly?
you don't bring anything blindly. You have to understand the market, and you must have test run and sold certain products. For us, anything you see with us, those are things that we know sells. We've tried every order, like you
Mm,
said, test. We've tried every order, and we noticed that our customers are just on those particular ones. So we just, when you understand your market, so we just concentrate on those particular brand, because those are is the brand thing. So if you try other noodles, Indomie, no, is the best for them. Ola Ola is the best. Inyo is there, Ayola is there. Despite that, Ola Ola had gone up by almost about 80% in price, they are stuck with it.
let's
It's
talk with.
just part of how people are wired in terms of brand conception.
Mhm.
So they may try other brands that are even superior to that one, but because they are already programmed to prefer that particular brand, that's what they are stuck with, and that's what they will buy. So that's why even if we are stocking a little of other ones, we will stock more of the one they request for more.
What the
It's
request?
just natural.
Yeah, actually, I'll do the same. Yeah, you already answered this special cargo thing. So you just give it to those that have the license, and they bring it in for you. So is there any Canadian law that people who are interested in this kind of business should be aware of, like Canadian law for
Plenty.
food or products?
Yes, it's actually a couple of them. If you're depending on the province you have, number one, you need to start from having a corporate structure for your business,
Yes.
meaning that you incorporate it or you would trade name it, whatever you want to do in terms of the legal structure. You register it with CRA, make sure you have your business number from CRA, and then you have your payroll account, CRA, you have your, of course, business number will give you a corporation account. So you have your GST account with CRA, because when you collect GST from customers, you need to remit it and report it back to the government. So that's why you need those. Those would be, is one business number, but they have their different coding. So GST is RC, payroll is RP. You know, you have all those. Then your corporation is RC. So you have all those numbers. Then when you have that, if you're into business, when you register with your city will send your business, like, once you pick food, grocery,
Mhm.
anything related to food, they send you immediately, right? Well, I only talk of the city I am, right?
Yeah.
City of Edmonton send you immediately information to Abata Health Services.
Okay.
So Abata Health Services will get your registration, that you register for a business permit. So then Abata Health Services, you can contact them. Also, they have I'm speaking for Alberta.
Exactly.
So Ontario will have its own,
Would have their own.
Saskatchewan will have their own, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, everybody will have their own. Even in the territories, they will all have their own. Everybody have their own health service department. Basically, they are in charge of making sure public health is kept and nobody is getting poisoned and nobody is getting contaminated food and all of that. So that's their role. So they will contact them. You should contact them as well, because maybe you don't want a delay in the process. So you contact them, AHS, in this case, my own case, contact AHS. AHS will give you all the guidelines, what your store should do, food area, what kind of food you sell, are they prepackaged, do you package it? So those are like, it depends on, so they will know exactly what to issue to you,
Easy to
because they will state on your permit what you get. So for us, they wrote it, no frying, no cooking, right?
no fry, no cooking.
No cooking. So if I need to change that or add more, because we are adding a place where there will be a kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So I need to go back to them and add those. So they will come back for inspection, check, make sure the area that they are making the cooking of meets the requirement.
Yeah.
So for us, we added that we process meat. So our meat area has to meet the requirement. The tiles, there has to be tiles on the floor. The wall needs to be tiled. Then the ceiling is different. It has a particular grade they use for food grade.
Okay.
So you can't use the regular one in the house
Oh,
or in the office because of the commercial space. You can't
oh,
use and you can't have an open space. That
okay.
is just, they believe that things could drop on that food you are
Yes.
processing. So, and you have to have a hand washing sink. You have to have the three stainless steel sink, which is the wash, rinse, and sanitize. So you have to have all those, meet all those requirements for you to do that. So those are the things that they will tell you you need to meet. So they will come for inspection. If you pass the inspection, then they will go ahead and issue you permit. If they want you to still do stuff, then they will get you to do stuff. So you need your city business permit, you need your Abata services, and before then you need your food handling permit too. So
Yes.
that one you can go and do it online. There are a lot of food handling permits, exams that you can take. It you don't have to go to. I know Nate do it in Edmonton here, so Nate does it, but you can do it online. Like for some of our staff, if they don't have it, we just send them online to go and get it done. So it just help them to kind of educate you about foodborne diseases, dealing with microbia and all of that. So it just help you to kind of prevent or any contamination, cross-contamination of food. So that's what it helps you to do. I believe it lasts for 3 years. I need to check mine. I think it's next year. So it just do that, and because AHS will ask for that, at least a senior manager in that company must have, one of them must have food handling permits. Yes.
Okay. So then registering a business in Alberta, what's the process? If I want to register my business, what's the process to register a business in Alberta?
That's it. Pretty much straightforward. Because in Alberta we have what we call registries, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so registry is where we go for our driver's license or like health cards, all those things, birth certificates and marriage and stuff. So they also register businesses. So
Oh,
you go in there, but you need to know which one you want to do because you ask for the form. So if you are doing an incorporation, if you're doing like a trade name, kind of sole proprietorship or partnership, let's say you are 2 people or 3 people, wherever you want to do. So they will give you the form and then you fill it out. So for the difference between, I'll just talk more a little bit about sole proprietorship and incorporation.
okay.
So sole proprietorship is you, if
Just
you.
okay.
So meaning that if you make $1 million, you'll be taxed. If that business make $1 million, you'll be taxed as effect at the end of the year.
Okay.
So that's sole proprietorship, and that's the same thing as trade name, what we call trade name at the registry. So they'll give you a trade name. I think it's 50, 55 or max $70. I'm not sure how
Okay.
much it is for like starting putting a number on it. But I know it's not more than $70 for a trade name. So that doesn't mean that your brand, you can decide to, when you do a trade name, nobody can take that trade name. That's the difference between trade name and
Okay.
any other registration.
Okay.
So like for us, for instance, Bulk Buy Wholesale is a trade name,
The trade name.
not a company on its own. It's a trade name.
Okay.
So it's a trade name. In America, they call it DBA. So the trade name is under the incorporation. incorporation is KB Foods Canada. So
Oh,
it's under that incorporation. Is that incorporation that's actually uh, uh, file taxes, is the owner of bulk buy or sale, and any other company registered under that KB Foods.
all right.
So when you go to the registry, you tell them whichever one. The difference is when you at tax time or when you want to file taxes for a sole proprietorship, you file as individual because you are not separated from that sole proprietorship. Meaning that as you make 1 million, you can also be sued for that $1 million, and you have to deal with it as Ife, right? Because it's an individual this time around, meaning maybe you have a business, somebody trip and fall, and then you're like, oh, it's your fault, and then that person is suing you, and that person will sue you as a person, meaning that every asset Ife owns, not just that business, every asset you
Wow.
own, yes, can be actually be claw, something could be claw back from it, or could be sold to pay off that person, or you have anything of value, a car, anything they can take. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, I do.
That's the only danger of being a sole proprietorship that I see. Not the only danger, the tax facts too. So then or let me put it pros and cons, right? So for incorporation, it's not you. You happen to be a principal, partner, director, or part owner, or owner, or executive director, or vice president. So you too can be an employee of that company.
Yeah.
So it's a company, is an entity on its own. It can be sued, it can make millions of dollars, it can do anything they want. They file their taxes as a corporation, you file your tax as an individual, you just have shares in that company. That's the difference. So if anybody is coming after the company, they can only come after that company. They cannot come after you.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And one of the benefits of having an incorporation is certain expenses that, or let me say, during when you're doing your taxes, let's say your company generated, for instance, 100,000 a year, and your expenses is 50,000 at the end of the year. Everything like your lights, your rent, everything, payroll, everything is 50,000. Meaning that the 50,000 remaining will be taxed,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So
So
the 50,000,
it's not the whole thing I made that'll be taxed. It's
no,
after
no, 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 no. It's 50,000 is your net profit, not
that.
your gross.
Okay.
What you made is your gross revenue. That's not your money. That's
Yes.
that money also you need to pay bills. So if you are selling scrubs, that
Mm-hmm.
scrub you paid money to your tailor, to people
Yeah.
that made it for you.
Yeah.
Then you transported it to your house. You paid
Yeah.
the transport, you pay GST, right?
Yes.
So the cost of storing it in your house, a storage in your house, actually you should be that storage, your husband should be billing you for that storage in your house. Yes.
So I'll add it to my tax expenses.
Exactly. You measure the square feet of where you are storing it. Your
Mhm.
basement, your garage, you measure the square feet. Then also, you are doing your administrative work at home.
Yes.
Where is the area? You're
Lela.
using electricity, you're using water, you're using internet. All those things should be built from the expenses of Ofela company.
Yeah.
So it has to be built from that company, not direct or personal bill.
Yes. Not personal bill. Yes.
No, it needs to be built, a build to you,
From that.
to your company, not to you, not you incurring it personally. So
Yes.
that's why your 50,000 income, 100,000 income won't be your net profit. It's not.
Yes.
It's just your sales.
Mm.
So it's the 50,000 remaining that will be taxed. And even before it tax, you have to make sure that, oh, my mileage, when I was going to pick up these scrubs from the transport company, I paid mileage. Doing deliveries to customers, I paid mileage to go to post office. All those costs need to be accounted for, right? So that's why at the end of the day, maybe it's now 30,000 that will be remaining, not even 50,000 anymore. And is that 30,000 they will tax? They will not be able to tax the 50,000. So that's why the benefit of having an incorporation is way, like, way better. Though people will be like, $500, just like that. But it's a $500 that is actually a business expenses. It's not your money. It's something that your business will pay you back, because that's part of your retained earning that you will put into that company, that you will write there, I borrowed my company $500. So when that company made that 100,000, you are taking your $500 back.
Yeah.
So those are the advantages of having a incorporation rather than a sole proprietorship. So those are like, go to the registry. Some of the registries are online now, so you can check online, incorporate online. If you feel like their price is too high, because they will charge you too, we're doing online registry for you.
Yeah.
I know Incorpro does online. I believe their name is Incorpro. They do online for you, but they will charge you what's it called? They will charge you extra money than for you to go to physical registry.
Yeah.
Then I know on to OWNR, they do incorporate their online registries. They register if you want a federal corporation. The problem with federal corporation is it's cheaper, it's $200. But the problem is, if you now want to bring it down and make it an Abata corporation, you now have to go and pay that 500 again. And they will call it extra provincial incorporation. It happened to one of my companies. So I really just stay away from it. I rather just, if I'm in Alberta, but the benefit of it is that that company could do business nationwide, but the disadvantage is just the fact that if you want to file your taxes locally in Alberta here or Saskatchewan, they will ask you to do extra provincial, which at the end of the day, it doesn't even make sense. So if you're here, you make money here, just pay your taxes here, than dealing with federal taxes, dealing with your local taxes and all of that, which they will still charge you anyway, but the filing process is different. So you just don't want to complicate matter more.
For yourself. Yeah.
I know there are some um, accountants and scholars that would maybe able to share more in terms of more information. Well, Ofela is coming as well, so he would be able to share more
Yeah.
on those areas as
So
well.
if I incorporate a business, does that automatically
Mhm.
mean to pay tax on that business?
Uh,
If I register it, rather, if I register a business, is it
okay, when
automatic?
you
Whenever I
register
open
it,
house, I must pay
most
tax.
likely you want, like, you can't pay, you will file taxes, but you may not make income.
Yeah.
In You may not make a net profit in your first or 2 years,
Yes.
right? So, but you need to, even if it's $0, file it. Even if that company did not make money in 2023, file it, $0. It's better for you in the long run, because you are generating history for that company, that you have been consistently filing your taxes.
Okay.
So when that opportunity comes to you in 2024, you are not lost out. You have not lost out because you did not file your taxes.
So is it so that means the advantage to register your business outweighs the disadvantage, right? Because if I say I'm a startup now and I've not registered my business, and say I want to register it when I start making big money,
Hmm.
and I don't register it yet, is it a disadvantage to me and my company?
Okay. Well, you just said you asked your question. I just answered your question too, kind of. So I would say you're like shooting yourself in the foot, like with the hand on, if you don't do that. I've been, like, in last couple of days and weeks, I've been in um different programs, and then you hear people, I want to start my business, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, oh, have you registered it? No, I thought I should just do my research first. Like, with all those things, like, before I register, I said, go and register it tomorrow morning. So if you're on this life and you've been thinking and
I'll register my
thinking,
business.
go and register
I'll
it
go
on,
register my
okay,
business.
tomorrow, there's work tomorrow. Yeah, go and register it. What are you waiting for? Even if it's that sole proprietorship, that trade name, that was what I had first. Go and register it, and I think it would be of great benefit to you. To let me tell you my experience. I did not register. I did not do anything. I started the business in 2016, summer of 2016,
Okay.
and I only registered it in 2019. Guess what? When we found a store, they say, go to ATB, they will give you money. Go to TB. So I went there. I was like, I want to open my account. I tell them everything we want to do. We want to buy this store and all of that. I said, well, how long have you started? I said, since 2016. He said, okay. Can you please provide your business statements? I said, oh, no, I've been taking the money in my personal account. I said, we are sorry, we cannot accept that as your business history.
Wow.
Yes. So that really, really, it's one big lesson. You know, when you have cash flow back and forth, like it's obvious you were doing that business, right? Like you were paying your vendors, you were taking money from customers, and you could not prove it. That because they don't know if I sent you money, you sent me money. They don't know who they are. They may be your friend giving you free money. So you cannot prove that, use that as proof that those are actually business revenue. So that's why it is important to go and register. Just register. I think the first one I registered was actually the catering business I started initially, Hotspots. So that was the first one. So later we switched.
This woman.
You said what?
You had a catering business.
Oh yeah.
I
was cooking. I started cooking initially before Bob. You didn't know me. You didn't know if you come to my house, you will still see the pot there. People are renting it now. So it's just because I didn't have time again. So I was cooking actually. I was a caterer.
Hotspot.
And now
this is why I've done everything. Yeah.
You better leave me alone. So go and register. There's a lot of advantage. Register.
I have to have a business account as well, right?
Register and go to the bank now. It's free. Go and do it. Some banks even offer you 1 year free banking, meaning you don't have to pay. Some will say pay $5 a month. Stuff like that to help small businesses. So go and register. Open a bank account. You are cooking at home now. AHS have not caught you, but it's still a business income. I'm sorry. It's still a business income. And yeah, we buy soup all the time. So I'm one of those. So you get that money. Some of them will tell you, I have a lady that make hair. Say, no, Sharon, every mini cash. They will be taking cash. They don't know that they actually, I don't know, the opportunities they are blocking from their way is so much. They thought that they are actually evading taxes. It's so common in our community, and we need to get out of those. We need to get out of those mentality. When you make the money, pay the tax, please. If you are only CRA, call them and CRA. Yeah, you can arrange that. They are fine than for you to be hiding under something and saying you are taking cash. You are not helping yourself. You are actually making it a lot of damage to your business.
I understand the advantage of more beautiful economy and all these things for my tax, but as a business owner, apart from the fact that I get these resources, what is that big advantage of paying my taxes? Because I understand that they use it for so many things. But what does it have for business owners?
Lately I was chatting with you. I could just wake up and I see something. Maybe you posted something, and I was just like, oh, this game should be bigger than this. Do you get, like, it just clicks in my head like that? Like, you need to make yourself bigger. And for you to scale up, you need to take certain steps. You were asking how this place is different from Nigeria. This is how you will not know somebody in the bank, like in Nigeria, that will know somebody that will know somebody that will runs the money out for you. Here, they need to see the steps you've taken and the history, right, for your business. So that's why I discourage people from hiding, taking money. If people buy soup from you, it's $100. Charge them GST, it's 5%. If
So
they cannot buy from you.
GST is 5% or whatever.
Yes, and remit the 5%. And then you now go to the government. You know, when I was buying all these ingredients for the soup, I went to the store. My friend, I pay GST. You will now collect more GST than you paid. That's the difference. And that's the opportunity that is there that people don't know. So every expenses that attract GST for you as a business, you will file it and then you collect it back. In fact, your own GST, I believe our GST, what we paid as GST have not ever been up to 30% of what we got back as GST. Because we pay more GST, transport company, this, that, we pay more, right?
Yes.
But in our expenses, but in our collecting, we're a grocery store. Grocery store, basic grocery does not attract taxes in Canada. So the major part of our is snacks and drinks. And it's about 10% of our business. How many people want to feed their stomach, not snack, right? So those are 10% in terms of products we carry. So our major product, we cannot put GST on chicken, right? So we don't collect GST on those. But if you are providing catering services and food services, you collect GST. Collect the GST. When you go to McDonald's, are they not collecting? Answer.
Yes, they're collecting.
Collect it. If the soup is $90, factor, if they are having issues with it, factor it into and make it $100 or $95, make it $100 for them or $102. Don't even put that GST there for them, but you file the GST and see how that's going to help you to show some proof of consistency and credibility on your behalf. Like if you are signing or doing a loan, they will ask, do you owe taxes? Do you do this? Do you do that? Do you think, why do the bank ask you that? They want to see how credible you are. That's the only way you can prove it, right?
So for my kind of business too, I'm supposed to be adding GST so I can file it back. Scrubs.
Well, how are you selling it? You are selling one-on-one, Abi.
No,
Mamability type.
It's not Mamability type.
If you put it on your website will automatically add GST for them.
Add GST for me, right?
Yeah, when you buy clothes from Winners, is it not coming with GST?
Yes, it does.
It's the same thing.
Everything. If I want to pay it, and we bought a brush and they charged me extra, my husband said, for this much brush. I was really mad. But I was just I'm like, why am I buying the brush for this amount? I added $2 or $3.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yes, thank you so much. This has been so insightful. So if you have questions, please let us ask. Let me see. I think I've exhausted my questions for her.
So how are we going to see the question now?
Yes, I will see I will see it. I have a chat role here. So it appears on my chat role if anybody has questions.
Another thing I think I needed to add even before the question will come is don't ever underestimate networking. And sometimes we are so competitive, especially our people, right?
Yes, so this business, is it very competitive? How competitive is it? I forgot to ask that. Like the African market.
Well, I just believe there's more than enough room for everybody to grow. And like it's always been part of me. Like it's something I don't have the concept of I want to take all the market of this particular person that I met in the market. I just come into the market to bring a fresh breath of air of something different or dynamic, or do my business in a certain way, and then garner some part of the market or discover more from that market that has not been discovered before, right? So that's what I want to bring to the market. It's not because I want to come here, scatter it for everybody. Nobody makes money. I make money, me alone and stuff like that. No, it's not about that, but it's about you taking a market share of what's already there. And also to be able to explore for more and what's wrong. I go to Italian Center all the time. People that shop there, they are not only Italians. There are people they just want to try a different cuisine. What stops us from bringing it to the forefront of making our food as national food. Canada doesn't have food on their own, like a particular delicacy. It's
Mhm.
all food that came from all part of the world that you see in Canadian restaurants. So it's still we are still in the minority when it comes to that. Our numbers are not in the minority. So it's not about just it's just we come with a different perspective. We come with a Costco-like experience for people because I know certain boxes of fish we sell. You go to Kasua, they don't sell it to. You buy it pieces by pieces, right? But you come to us and you buy it in bulk
Wow.
and you get a good, better rate at it. So those are like things that they don't do that we saw and we do.
Mm.
Do you get what I mean now? So
Yeah.
you can come in at different perspective, but don't come in and say, I'm going there and I'm spoiling the market and I'm scattering the market for them and stuff like that.
Mhm.
We may not go in that. And we've actually, I would say, currently right now, we have about 20 vendors that are like, they make stuff, they sell kulikuli, they do this, they make chin chin, things like that. They make bread that we actually help them to sell. We don't, they go to Walmart, they'll take stocking fee from them. We are not taking stocking fee from them.
Mhm.
And they make ogi, they make all sorts of things that we are helping those startups and small businesses to develop as well. As long as you have meet all the requirements in terms of food processing, you have your AHS and all of that. Yeah, we've been trying to encourage and grow small businesses too that they are food processors. They want to kind of come into the market and they are looking for platform for them to also be seen by customers. So they can't be seen in their house. It's a problem. But they need shelves, they need places, they need all those front store for them to be and for them to be able to grow too. So we do that for people and we do that for other people in our community. So it's really important that when we come into our environment, we see look for opportunities everywhere. Like it's right there for you to now take advantage of. I have some big sisters in this industry that I look up, like all those people thought that we are enemies, like all those
Those your
African
people.
stuff.
Yeah, like those your people used to go to party together, everything. Jay people are selling form. Let me buy form so that we can be going to party together and be
Which
connected.
people?
Those your people now. I used to see them on your on your
Which people? They're not
so that we
serious.
used to go to party together. Every
Ah,
party.
which party? Which party?
Every party in Edmonton. I want to register with you so that I can be, connecting,
You have to get out of your
going
comfort
to
zone and
party.
network.
And
It's
yes,
called
I
networking.
like networking.
Power of networking.
Are
Just
you
network.
are you sending
People
for
thought I know people.
circles of friends? I want
It's I'm in my house and they will invite me. So it's about networking. Just go show up for people, right? So just show that you're there and you're concerned about them. And also just be nice. Encourage people. I know people will tell me, oh, your month is 139, $1.39. I saw it as superstore. It's $1.29. Why are you people selling that? Things people will say things like that to you, but they don't realize and understand what you are facing as a small business.
yes.
Walmart is ordering that month in a truck.
Yeah.
I have to go to a distributor of Grace, I think their name is Grace Foods, to go and take maybe five carton of this, five carton of that, so that I'll be able to. And me, when your brother come to Canada, they need a job. You come to me, you will not go to Walmart or Superstore to go and ask for them to give them a job. So you have to understand how are people thinking. They thought you are making this gazillion money. They are making money. But it's more of passion of
Yeah.
what you see. Entrepreneurship is good. It's something our people should be in. I've been in some spaces in Edmonton and I was shocked to my marrow that I'm the only Black person sitting in that room. It's not okay.
Mm.
It's not okay. You may be in tech space, you may be an IT person, you may anything you want to do. Even if you are a cleaner, I'm still telling somebody this morning that do you what about cleaning opportunities in your area? How many companies are doing cleaning, maybe for Airbnb, maybe for this. You know, our people, they want 5 to 7, I mean 9 to 7, whatever, or 9 to 5. Everybody wants 9 to 5. Nobody wants to do the grind. So, and that's the only way for you to build, is for you to be able to put in everything that you have.
Yeah.
You know, I see like one of the people that I'm really close to, she started city learning centers. Her name is Margaret. So I don't know if she's here. So she's like that lady, you know, the way she, you know, what she put in, you know, I know her back when she was in the bank. You know, she put so much in terms of everything she put into her business. No, it's still a growing business. You know,
Yeah.
for her to go on a platform that Black people are not seeing, you know, to start a credit system for Black people. It is really important. We need to support people like that. We need to encourage each other. And that's one of the reasons I decided to take that position from CBCC and see how we can bring our people into a room and we talk about how to move ourselves forward. Don't let's complain about racism when you are not even there. You are making decisions about your destiny and you are not there on that table. So it's really difficult. We can't be complaining and complaining without taking actions. So that's just for me. When they said there's networking events free of charge, we don't show up and say, me and my Netflix, so you know, I've not seen this movie. So you have to come out. That I'm not attending party with me. I'm just it's networking. Don't call it party. It's just networking.
Okay, I want to
So
network. I want to network.
so if you want to come, no worry, just come.
I want to
You
network.
don't need invitation. Yeah. So is there any question?
Yes, I don't have. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? If you have question, please drop it. I don't have any question, and they're just appreciating us for this live. I don't have question here yet. Maybe people don't. I don't know if they don't have. There was something that came to my mind. I wanted us to talk about. I don't know. I think I forgot it now. Forgotten it now. If you have question, please let us drop it. You will not see Alaji every day. Oh. Alaji is
Ah,
a very busy woman. Then yes, I was going to ask about rent.
you have hooked me here. I have to go and clean my Airbnb. That you have hooked me here.
But that Airbnb, I really love that business. I intend I will go into it maybe next year.
Well, yeah,
Love
it's
it.
something that you can. It's not like it takes all your time. It takes
I
some of
love
your time, not all. And you can have people that will do it for you. And it's not like you are there all the time. The cleaning I'm just going to do now is just to, because the place was clean like a week ago, just to go there and make sure the place is dust free and stuff like that before the guests will check in at 4 o'clock.
somebody's asking
Um,
how you source for your raw materials. I don't know what you mean
I
by this.
thought we talked about this.
The
Well,
person is asking
I
me.
don't have raw material because
Yeah.
we are a grocery store, so mostly products are from like anything that is, you see, like perishable items like chicken, meat. Meat is strictly for me. I am so much a huge, how will I put it? I'm just a huge fan of Alberta, so I strictly stick with Alberta meat. It has to be from Alberta for me
Okay, wait. So
because
the meat we get from you is from a butter. Is from a butter.
everything here around us, everything with all the meat comes from around us, at least an hour or 2 hours max here in Alberta. Because it's really important. That's one thing that Alberta is known for. We may not be growing produce, but Alberta beef is something they sell all over the world. It's a triple A meat. So it's something that is important for me to promote that. So
Yeah.
I stick local with our meat. Our chicken comes from, some of them from Ontario, from BC, because that's where you have all those plants. So
Okay.
we have fish that all the fishes in Canada are imported. All the fishes in Nigeria are imported anyway. So it's not new. So all the fishes are imported. So we have major shippers that bring them in and we take from them, and they only sell to distributors and retailers with front store. They don't sell to people selling from the house or
Okay.
like that. Yeah, you have to have your business license, you have to have all those things before they supply you. So, and then African food, you can ship it in yourself if you have. Okay, I forgot to mention one of the licenses you require if you are shipping is called CFIA. So That one is through the federal government. If you go online, CFI, you see their website, the requirements are there. Depending on what you're shipping in, then you have to do, there's something they called, I forgot the name now. I forgot the technical name, but you have to do it. If depending on what you're doing, they will call you and they will ask questions. They do interviews sometimes, then but they may do it online for you without asking questions. But sometimes they will ask you to send them PCP. Yeah, PCP, preventative control plan,
Oh,
or
yeah.
yeah, preventative control plan, PCP. Yeah, so you do that. So to show how things enter, how things are stored, how things go out, and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Labeling, stuff like
And
that.
the last thing I would like to talk about before we go is rent, because I'm looking at it. What's rent looking like in Canada? Because I'm looking at that your big place. So it's like you have a bank funding it. I mean, your other big store. Do you have a bank, or you pay your rent every month from what you make?
Hey, oh.
Because I'm looking at it like rent is should be a very big. Because I know even in Nigeria, then talk about here, rent is going to be a very big one.
It is. Rent is huge. It takes a whole portion of whatever you make and more. So depending on the type of for businesses like us, we didn't buy the building, right? So it's not mortgage, so it's rented.
Okay.
So and that means there's the owner, the landlord that owns the place, and then you pay like your normal rent, you
Yeah.
pay rent to them. So for most commercial buildings, they have what, apart from your rent, then they have what they call operational cost, meaning the cost of most commercial are like that, the way they structure commercial. So they are not like your house. That if you rent out your house now to a tenant, the tenant will be responsible for maintenance.
Yes.
So for most commercial buildings like that, operational cost goes into snow removal, clearing. So they will calculate it per square feet. So everybody, they will share it. So if your square feet is, our South store is 2,400 square feet. So let's say, for instance, your operational cost this year in 2023 is $20 per square feet or $30 per square feet for operational cost. Then they will put it on that with your base rent plus GST. So that's how they normally calculate. So it depends on the size of square feet that you have for the business. That will determine your what you will get. So I won't want to say exactly how much, but averagely in Edmonton, depending on the area, I know it's between per square feet right now, depending on the area, because if you're like coming to where I live, like Southwest, like it's been difficult because I needed a place here. I want to move our current South to, but it's just the money is about at least almost $50 per square feet. So if you're looking around 2,000 square feet.
That's for rent. How much am
Yeah,
I
so
making?
in that axis that we are, like the older area, they may be less than $20 for base rent
Hmm.
per square feet. You may see 16, 18, 19, 20, $25 per square feet, depending on what the building offers to you, right? Depending on the facility in the building. So, but for like coming to the Southwest, that's the most expensive area in Edmonton anyway. So as of last year, I think about 40, 45. I think now that interest rate is kind of jacking up, they too are jacking up their rates because it's expected. They borrow money to build the
How much
building.
am I going to be making from the store? I'm paying $50 per square feet.
Oloma, help with. God will help you. Yeah, the Lord will help you. It's not so sound so easy, but at the same time, I'm not discouraging anybody to be in business. It's really important that somebody still have to. I just believe so much that the future will be bright, right? It's
Yes.
hard. Like you wake up, you put in, let's say you make money elsewhere, then you are sinking it into that
Exactly.
business, right? So it's tough, but we have some, when you do retail like us, we have some lenders that will come to you and they will offer you. They are B lenders. They are not like A lenders. They will come to you if you, especially if you're processing money through all this payments processing machine, so they can see your record. So they would use that to, but their interest rate is a bit high. So I only take money from them. Let's say we really need to buy some products and we needed that money at that time. So I avoid them as much as possible. If we need it, that's like option B, we go there. We go there and then we'll, but it's something that um anyone can do if you just put your mind to it. It's step by step. It's not, Rome is not built in a day. So it's
Yeah.
just one step at a time. I think I was still at one of the grocery store recently. I was picking something up and I told her, like, what are you doing with this, your free parking lot? Call you all now. And you all will come here. Like, I'm like, it's just, but I would have seen that person as my competitor, right? But
Hmm.
I won't do that. I don't
So
do that.
you all will park there and then pay them.
Yes, they would be a you dealer. So since they already have the space, and it's a very good location for that business. So, and it's extra money. So why not? We used to have it, but we stopped towards the end of last year. We're having too much conflict with our neighbors. So I had to like ask you all to come and take their trucks just because of them. And we lost a chunk of our revenue because of that. But those are issues, the challenges you may get
But,
with business.
wait, I thought you all is parking at your space, right? And is it
No, you are a dealer.
okay, a dealer?
So
Okay,
meaning, yeah, you're a dealer. So you have their system and everything. And
okay.
then, yeah, they only do that with people with front store. They don't do it with working from home or business from home. So you are a retail business. So they will do it, they will set it up with you, and you have a parking space for their trucks to park.
So
So
people rent
when
you.
people want to rent, they come to you, they
Okay,
check their locations, they come to you or call you, you
okay.
take their reservations on your platform,
Mhm.
and then it sends them information where to pick, time to pick, and all of that. And they come, you hand them the key, they take it, they bring it back, they hand it to you, you check them in. Automatically, it collects money from them, and then they pay you a commission on that. So
Mhm.
that's how you all works.
There are a lot of businesses, honestly. There are a lot of businesses. There are a lot of businesses, honestly. I love
Yeah,
entrepreneurship.
it's out there. There's lots, especially right now with e-commerce. You know, our website is down lately. It's really painful for me because Shopify flagged us and said we are selling a budget. So I fought with them. I fought back and forth. So, but I just like they are not the only e-commerce
Yeah.
platform, right? So until we built our own. So right now we are even moving all our system on Square. So we are moving on Square website, install everything. We want to move completely on Square. So business, you adapt, you see challenges, you just move and then you work through it. But with the e-commerce opportunities out there, people can start so many things. You
Mhm.
know, they can start, like, you don't have to go all out and put all your money on a particular business. When people came with multi-level marketing, one of the things I always ask, I'm in one now, I join one, but you have to have something to sell, though, like a physical or a service that people are buying. So that one is life insurance. So it's not like they are selling a particular. So it's the income from that you are not sure what they are selling. So there are so many things. I mean, one is called WFG. So I've not finished my certification because I don't have the time to go and study. So it's because you have to do insurance license and all of that for you to sell. So, but it's still, for me, I joined it because of passive income. It's not
Yeah,
because
exactly.
at some point it start making money for you.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. So when you talk to people, everybody need life insurance. Why won't you get one? So I only went to them because Sun Life canceled my life insurance. So we moved and everything, and they sent me a letter. I didn't get it, and then they canceled it. So that was what happened. So I moved. I was looking for another one, and I spoke with someone, and They signed me up and they asked me if I wanted to do the business. But I was like, okay, let me sign up and see. So, but it's a good one too. Like you can start from anywhere. That only cost me like $199, like $200 to join.
For the life
So
insurance.
yeah, so people need to join the program.
Okay, the journey program. Because
Yeah,
life insurance,
to
you have to
join
pay money,
the
right?
business, to
Pay.
join the business.
Okay. Oh, to join the business.
So there are so many things out there, like it's too many. If okay, you don't know what to do, go and be doing reels. Go and be doing reels.
Yes,
You
so
know what to do. Do YouTube like Obella, putting all our effort and energy on it. You know, so many opportunities that you can take advantage of. I know I've been fighting my sister over this. Like you have a product, put it on
yeah,
Etsy.
online
Put it
every
on Etsy. Like I told you, you can put your stuff on
price.
Etsy.
Yeah,
Like I see people are selling rubbish there. They are selling templates, Excel templates. Some of our people here, they are guru of the guru of Excel. But the guru is in their brain like this. So they
Hmm.
want to use that brain for somebody else. But they will not put it there. I saw templates, people are selling templates, people are selling t-shirts. I think you can link you can sign up with Printify, and Printify is linked with you don't even need to do anything. You are not a graphic designer. Just put a sign, God is with me, and do a check. I'll put it on.
I see.
I've been telling $10, $10, as people are buying it. Printify is selling, Etsy will be giving, remitting money to you. Is that not passive enough? It
Yeah.
may take a while to get it right, but these are business ideas that are out there that you can take advantage of and start working on. There's group home, there's daycare, there's day home, there's people are saying, oh, I'm so stressed from my job, and they'll go and work for somebody and they work with disability worker. Why can't you start one? Why can't you do support home? You can decide to take one client or two clients that if you know that you have a room for them, and then the agency will pay you or government if you're taking them from directly from government. And then if you're like, I'm tired this weekend, I don't want to deal with people's stress. You just call a relief staff or you take them to a relief home and get
Yeah.
someone to relieve you. Just like, or I can't watch them over the weekend. You don't have to earn all the money and chop all the money.
Exactly.
Just pay somebody else to watch them. So these are people I'm talking about doing support, home support worker. It's called home support. So they come to your house, they live with you. So they are paying rent to you, they are paying you for taking care of that person, that individual. So that's like two income generation for you. And here in Alberta, I've had people earn up to 5-7K a month for one individual, depending on how severe their disability is.
Hmm.
And then we are here complaining, oh, my money is not something, something. So it's just out there. You're already doing it. You go and work with Hope Mission or anybody, you're already doing it. Do you think Hope Mission, do you know how much Hope Mission is taking per staff from
From
government? Yeah, they give you half of that and you are happy. Yeah, the day I saw my requisition, I cried. So that's why I said I'm not done, I'm done. I saw how much they are paying me, and I mistakenly saw it on the scanner. I was done that day with that job. So I saw the requisition they were taking, meaning because of the contract, what they take from the government
Hmm.
per,
Yeah.
per hour.
Half per hour.
So it's quadruple whatever they are paying you. I thought you have landed.
Some
And
money.
the next thing they will add to it is they will say they will give you pension. You'll be happy. Health benefits. Everything by the time you calculate it, how much is it? So they are for non-profit, but they are ED and everybody is smiling home to the bank. But you are the one that is doing the work. You are the frontline worker, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not disparaging any job or any work. I just want to encourage and ginger us to do more and work as you are doing that job, as you are concentrating on that job and putting so much effort on it, start building yourself. And
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons I started the Lady Boss Network. Like we need to, there's so much more opportunities out there. I started it not for people alone, for myself, for my personal growth too, to encourage myself. Because I get to a stumbling block sometimes like, oh, I was telling my husband, like, I'm just tired. I don't want to. When he, I just tell him, like, anything about store, don't call me today. Don't call me. Like, I told him that, like, don't call me. Because at that point I was just burnt out, right?
Yeah.
So you have that point that you are burnt out and you're just struggling. But at the same time, you could wake up the next morning and something happened, and then it just changes your mood and it just changes everything, and then you're on fire again. So we need a platform for us to be able to come together, bring women from all walks of life, encourage new immigrants. It doesn't have to be for women alone, but
Yeah.
for us to be able to learn like this, network in person, like you're asking for those parties, we just be is networking. So we just be networking with each other. If I has this service, IO has that service, Titi have that service, and we all come together. We don't even know who owns what or
Yeah.
who runs what in Egmonton. As more as Egmonton is, we only see people from afar, and we need to hear their stories. We need to learn from them. We need to be inspired and encouraged as well. And for us to start something, it doesn't matter what space you are or where you are, just start something. People in tech, they need to check with BBVA. BBVA is a Black tech accelerator. Basically, they help Black people who wants to start their tech company to from ideation. They help you from like it's an idea in my brain, put it on paper and stuff like that. So they help people to grow. It's for Black people. So those are the money and stuff that you say. That those are where they are. So it's really important that we kind of get out of our shell, look in our communities. You may be in Saskatchewan, you may be in the Regina, you may be in Toronto, you may anywhere in this country you are. I bet it with you there's something out there for you to be able to tap into, and resources out there. But don't stay in the corner of your room and blame everybody for how things are not working when you are not making those efforts. Information will not come and meet you. You have to go after those information, and they're out there, lots of them out there.
Thank you so much. We didn't have a lot of people like on this live, like the usual. I usually have 50 like that, but I totally enjoyed it. And I don't know, for anytime I stay this long on the live, is because we have so many people, but we don't have
Yes,
so much power here so much because the information keeps flowing. Thank you so much. Man, I really enjoyed it. I
you're
already,
welcome.
don't worry, I'll go and start my business.
You have not registered.
I'm not register, but I'll go and register.
You're on that table.
I'll go register because this has inspired me, and I see the reasons, I see the what it can bring to me.
Yes, it's
Eh,
really
So
important.
that's why I say information is power, because I never knew that I'm just changing myself by not registering. Do you understand? I was
Mhm.
thinking, let's see when the business is big or whatever. But now, because I have two things I can register. And I have my consult, I have my Sofela consult, I have the brand, the scrub, so I can register both of them. Or do I register one and put it under the other? Or because I have a
Well, it
consult.
depends on how you want to structure. I know one is actually your match, basically a kind of a retail business, right?
Yes,
Which is
my
one, right? Because it's your clothing brand. So I would suggest, because the other one is a consulting, like
yes,
is actually provides services. So to
yeah,
just separate them, that
okay.
it's more better that way for process to just separate them. Then maybe when you now grow, you now open a big one. Maybe that one would be like a holding company or something, or a trust. You don't know where you get to. Maybe you now be gazillionaires. So later. So I believe that your consulting is not owned by you alone. I believe so.
Yes, we have a more
Because
we have we have a more consult that is a jointly owned. Then I
okay.
now discovered that when I tell people, "Oh, more consult, book your," they will not. But I don't say, okay, you want to talk to the Sofela? Okay, I have the Sofela consult now for you.
Okay,
So
okay.
that one is just for them to talk to me, like, oh, why do I? Then if they need,
Oh, I got
I'll
you
get them
now.
to more consult. But people who just want the Sofela to talk to, no Sofela, I just want to talk to you. Okay, I have Nosovela consult if you want to talk to me.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can have three, four, five. I don't even know. I've lost count. I think the last time I went to the registry said, "Ah, how many do you anymore. I was trying to do the annual. I even we are due now. Annual. You need to do the annual filing, right? So like, you still have more. Like I was bringing out. You still have more. So it's as many as you felt comfortable to
To have.
that you can run successfully, and there's none of them affects each other. Even if something went down with this one, this one is going to be there. So depends on how you want to structure it. You can decide to structure them. If you are owned, it's owned solely by you or your husband,
Yeah.
right? So it's not like it's owned by another third party, because you don't want to grow a company to a $10 million company, and then you are struggling with a partner and stuff like that. So while you have put all your effort in that one basket, so I would say somebody won't buy into you tomorrow. So those are the reasons why you need to take those steps now. So because especially in the tech space, it blew my mind. Like, almost Apple as well. Somebody's buying 100 million. Hey, just be wondering, like, these are ideas that are started on tables, on dining tables, ideas that are just started off of, you know, small things. And then you see that in very small, short future, another company or a big competitor that saw, this company is taking some of my markets and stuff like that, they just like, okay, let's buy them over and just
Mm.
become a gazillionaire, right? And that's what we want. I believe I saw a quote this week I posted on my, like, I'm not trying to get money because I don't want to be wealthy because I want money. I want to be wealthy because I want the freedom that comes with it,
Yes, that freedom.
because
Very
that's
important.
what's in my head. It's not, people thought like, oh, she's just chasing money. She likes money. Mm-mm. People that know me, that I give more than I get.
Yeah.
But for me, it's all about having those financial freedom that my parents didn't have. And nobody wants to continue their generation in poverty. That's just basically where I would summarize it. So it's not about chasing money for me. It's about chasing certain goals and things that I want to happen for my next generation and for people around me. I can't bless you when me too, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
You get? You can't even do the work of God. You can't bless the homeless. You can't take them off the streets and transform lives when you're struggling to pay your own mortgage. Even when they call you like me, I can't donate anything out of this. But if you have, you'll be able to give generously. You
Yeah.
won't be able to you won't be calculating, my paycheck is 3,200, my mortgage is 2,100, my electricity bill, my this, that. By the time you calculate, they say offering at church like this, just like offering, and that's why you now be struggling with tithes. So it's just for me personally, those are the things that I'm working, looking forward to, as long as coming of Jesus tarries, as long as I'm alive. Those are things that, like, I'm doing it more to be able to give back than for me to get or receive. That's one thing, one of my things that drive me. So yeah, I think we've almost spent 2 hours.
Yes. Thank you so much. I enjoyed it. So inspiring, so insightful. I'm going to get small clips that I'll post on Instagram so that people can watch this, because everybody needs to.
Yes, so and
So
if I can get this video, I'm putting it
Body
on
rock.
my.
We are very late, ma or sir. We are almost
Oh,
like,
record. Okay.
no, it's there. It's going to be.
Oh, the person said I'm late. Super late.
You're going to have to watch all over because it's so insightful.
Yeah, people are plenty here on Instagram. Oh,
Oh
Jesus
wow.
Christ. Ah, thank you everyone for joining. Thank
Maybe
you for joining. I
I'm
really enjoyed this
going to,
time
yes.
as well.
Maybe when I bring you next, I'm going to upgrade by then so that I can transmit live to Instagram. That,
Yay, Ife has upgraded.
yes, it will make noise again. I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
thank you everyone for
Thank you so
joining.
much. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we look forward to do more of this,
yes,
and
Yes,
By my
absolutely.
house, now I had to like set up a studio for me
You
to
should do a
start.
digital class for startup business owners in Canada. You should
Oh
do one.
yeah, we are starting like a whole lot.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because the non-profit is basically that's what it's gonna do, is going to be doing that because I just realized that this week I've actually coached, not formally, at least 4 people.
Imagine.
They work, some of them are some of my customers, like coach them on what to do, how to structure their business. I spent 2 hours this morning coaching somebody in Regina, a
Wow.
family in Regina, the husband and wife. When I say, "Oh, I'm done, I need to go and get ready," they will say, "Oh, this question, that question." So
Yeah.
it's just people, I just found out that why am I doing that for
Mm.
just people, one on one, or in those like small, small level, I can as well produce more
Of course.
information that I can share
Yeah.
generally, and more people will be able to get them. And that's one of the reasons why I said, okay, um, I would, though I really shy away from things like this. My background is mass communication.
So
I
the
know
video will
all
be
about
available.
media.
It's available on it's available for live on YouTube. So because it's my content, nobody can say it's copyright. So the video is here. You come and watch. Cool.
Anytime, any day, not so fella to the world.
It's,
Yay.
it's always there. I don't do
Well,
copyright.
well done. You've done amazingly well since
I
you arrived in Canada.
don't
And
do.
it's just like yesterday, right? So yeah, I like your spirit, your tenacity, you just want to get things done. Like
Yeah.
you're so passionate about that nursing thing. Like,
I'm very passionate
my
about.
RN people, you better come and hear now. I'm imitating you. Me, I'm telling you, they are doing NNA, CRNA.
I'm very, very passionate about it.
Yeah. So you are really doing it. Some of them will come to me and say, "Oh, we want to do immigration consultation." No, so fella said we should contact you. They will just things like that. So it's the passion, the love you have for it, and how you were able to stay in your space and
Yeah.
then keep growing. Then you see the growth in yourself. You're
Yes.
not just growing, I want to be on social media, but you're growing and showing them the
Yes.
steps
Yes.
that this is doable, it is possible. And this is why I always tell people, because you're an immigrant, that doesn't halt your process of
Yeah.
progress. You're here to improve your life. So you
Exactly.
need to be able to hold
That.
your thought and improve that your life and improve the generations to come,
Yeah.
either from you biologically or even around you. So we need to be able to actually shine our lights as bright as we could. And that's all that I want everybody to be able to do. We are not competing on anything,
Mm.
nothing. All we want is for our people to be a better. I don't want to be seen as people like, oh, because of money, because of this, their marriage scatter, because of that, or because you got a nursing job, your husband cannot talk again.
Mm.
Because I said, if that man has money or has a business, it will not come to that. That's the truth.
Mm.
So it will not come to that. So we should just improve ourselves. Those are not the stories. I really don't appreciate hearing. I still had one yesterday. So those are not the stories I'm looking forward to hearing. I want to hear good news. Hey,
Yes.
when Sister Margaret like this, she's my friend. When they'll just like make it, hey, 1 billion company just buy into her. Do you know what it means to be running a credit card company, right? Those are big deals, right?
Wow.
So things like that, I want to be able to celebrate our people. Africa in generally, we are beautiful, we are vibrant, we are hardworking. Like you really see us go and line up at Abata Works for social services.
Exactly.
Hunger will kill them. They will not go to food bank because of pride, right? Because that's what we are wired for. We are known for. So nothing should stop us from getting in those big places. We are paying taxes in this country. We deserve the best. We
Yes.
are contributing to this economy. We are bringing and breeding children here to help the population. I remember when Saskatchewan became 1 million last year, they said they had a street party. They were so happy. They were less than 500 when I came. So imagine them just grow to 1 million. It's a big deal and only happened because of immigration.
Yeah.
There's no absolute way they could achieve that in less than 10 years. they will not be able to do it. So it shows that we are so part of an important part of this economy. So we need to work best and do best for ourselves. So I wish you all the best in
Thank you
your
so
journey,
Thank you,
and
man.
look forward to seeing more from
Yes,
you.
yes.
And
Thank
then taking that Nosofela
brand.
clothing brand to the next
Yes,
level. Start
yes.
selling in the US like
It's going to
hotcake.
yes. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you should actually contact, because you have a
Hold them.
product that is exportable. You should contact CIA. Contact CIA. They will help you with that.
Oh,
They have
okay.
a program for exports, people, export readiness, something like that.
CIA. Okay.
Yeah, Canadian Imperial Advantage.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That particular.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man.
So thank you. Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Instagram
Thank you
people.
everyone for joining us. Thank you so much. You missed the live, please
They
watch.
didn't see you, but they can hear your voice, I guess.
Oh, thank you so much, our Instagram people. Thank you so much. Next time, we're going to transmit from YouTube to Instagram. There won't be any.
Yes,
There won't
yes, you
be
should do
anyone.
that so that people will be able to join
Yeah,
on, like,
yeah,
on those different platforms.
yes.
Most people don't use YouTube a lot, but they use other platforms
Instagram,
and
yes.
just take advantage of that.
I think I would shift to Instagram live next month. I've done a lot of YouTube lives. I'll move to Instagram maybe next month.
Okay, no
Yeah.
wahala.
Thank you,
All
man.
right, thank you,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone. So I
I
ended
don't
it.
know how to greet everybody, but
Yeah, they can
I'm
hear
just
you.
saying hello to everybody. Thank you for
Thank you
joining.
so much for joining. Lady Boss Network people. Thank you so much for coming. I'm coming to do. No, she said it's not party, it's network. So you see me in your meetings one of these
Yeah,
days.
it's networking, it's not party,
Network.
Yeah, it's networking. You just network.
You don't have any summer hangouts coming up. I want to
Ó
come. Oh.
pọ̀ bàjẹ́.
I want to network. Please call me.
All
Please,
right, so
I'll bring my
she
baby
said
out.
I need to go and clean my Airbnb.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bye. Well, I will follow you if I knew on time.
All
Yeah,
right, thank
all
you.
right, bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank